Hey, what's up guys? This is Worse, and I'm here to talk about my top 15 favorite animated movies of all time. Yep, I've done a top 15 favorite movies of all time. I hope that video is good. I don't know if it's actually good or not. I should have probably rewatched it before making this and I don't know, took notes about maybe my favorites have changed since then. As far as I remember, probably not. I actually wanted to do this before doing my top 15 movies because I figured, hey, a lot of my favorite movies are going to be animated, and they actually weren't. It's kind of an interesting thing. Like, I guess growing up, I did watch a lot more live action movies than animated movies. I don't know why I did. Like, that's usually the opposite of what kids like me growing up did, but that's all I did. I mean, I watched movies. We didn't have cable. We didn't have internet, really. Like, we didn't really have anything but movies to kind of bring my family together. So maybe that's why I'm more of a wholesome guy. A lot of my stuff is a lot more wholesome that I like. So without further ado, my top 15 animated movies of all time. So starting off, we got something from Pixar. Yes, WALL-E. I freaking love this movie, and you're gonna hear me say that a lot. I'd be seriously remiss if WALL-E wasn't on this list. There was some movies I might give an honorable mention to that were kind of fighting for this like 15 spot. Such a bold movie for a kids movie. Like, this appeals, I don't know who this appeals to or who it's supposed to, but I know a lot of kids would probably be falling asleep during a lot of this. I was thoroughly entertained. Like, seeing this in theaters was mind-blowing. I freaking, like, the trailer got me so hyped for this movie, y'all. This is a love letter to dystopian film and a lot of classic cinema. There can never be too little time between viewings of this. Like, it's been a long time since I've seen this, but it stands out very, very, very loudly in my mind. Number 14, Up. This movie, seriously, like, just like WALL-E, probably blew me away just as much, if not more than WALL-E. This filmmaking, the animation, the characters, the music, the everything with this, like, okay, tell me, after watching the beginning, that you're not moved, like, that you're not, like, invested in, like, I love this movie so much. Number 13, Lion King 1.5. Me and Trav are right on the money with this. Like, we equally love this movie so much. Mostly because, you know, like, and we'll get to Lion King later on this list. It's coming up. I love Timon and Pumbaa, specifically Nathan Lane. Just greatest of all time. Greatest comedy duo of all time. I don't even care. And then they're just the main characters commentating over the Lion King MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style.
In his way of... Okay, who's in charge of the freeze frames? Sorry. Anywho.
I could quote it now. I can quote it front to back, twice, and not miss a beat. I swear to you guys, I swear. Number 12, Lego Movie, and I equally love Lego Batman. This was really hard. I sang my praises to the Lego Movie in the past, in my worst reviews of it, when I first saw it in theaters. Loved it. Same with Lego Batman. I think I love it just as much. Like, I don't think I like one more than the other. I mean, Lego Batman maybe a little bit more, but it's minuscule. I just love both so much. And that's the thing, there's so much to say, and all I'm doing is repeating the fact that I love them. Number 11. Okay. Memes aside, Shrek 1 and 2. You heard me. I can't pick a favorite Shrek movie.
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. My problems have all gone. There's no one to deride me.
So I'm cheating again. like with Lego Movie. They're both very funny movies, extremely funny. And, you know, I've watched them numerous times and can't get enough. It's like, maybe if I could pick Shrek 2 over 1, but still, it's just kind of slightly over how much I would like 1 if I had to pick, but honestly, they're both even for me. Some of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and looking back, very bizarre movies, very bizarre. Ever since my most recent viewing of Shrek 2, I've dubbed it Reference the Movie. Seriously, it's nothing but references. That's it. Oh, y'all can call that lazy or whatever, but that is amazing. Number 10. Alright. Pixar, you earned another spot with Ratatouille. Just when it comes to Pixar, I don't know if I can properly describe it. It's just something about, you know, Pixar movies in general. But they all have that extra oomph, like, just, And let me just go out of my way to say Patton Oswalt was a perfect choice for Remy. I love his voice. Brad Bird has the magic touch when it comes to movies, y'all. Like, I love Brad Bird. He was the secret ingredient. Yeah, you see what I did there. Number 9, Mulan. The 90s Disney Renaissance. What can you say? I mean, I'm a sucker for it. There's so many ones that are so good, and there's sadly so many I'm gonna leave out, but Mulan, all I can say is this.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hun.
Number 8. Next up, I got another cheat. It's a big cheat. It's the biggest cheat on this list, but it's necessary. Toy Story 1 and 2. Toy Story was Pixar's first fully animated CG film, as well as the first fully animated CG film ever made, and it still looks good. That's the thing with Pixar's animation, at least so far. It hasn't aged. It's pretty timeless. Like, they succeeded in making it timeless. And, I mean, that's no exception to both. Amazing animation, amazing voice work. I love the stories of both equally. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, I love both of those actors in anything they are in. I love Kelsey Grammer. Tom Hanks is perfect for Woody. Tim Allen's perfect for Buzz. It's a lot of perfect ingredients that made both of these movies just top favorites. I mean, it's Pixar, like I said, has that, like, just so good. Number 7. Phil Collins's Tarzan. Phil Collins is one of the greatest musicians of all time. He freaking owns this movie on his shelf. Such a memorable, great film, and it's because of this. No, not really. I recently rewatched this, and I was blown away even more than when I saw it as a kid. I was like blown literally away, because I mean the animation in this, can't even describe to you how good. This was the end of the heyday of traditional animation as far as Disney's concerned. Yes, they did a few more traditionally animated films, but this takes the absolute cake, and this, you know, the story in this is more than okay. And the characters, all of the characters in this, 100% memorable. Probably 110% memorable. This is just Disney at the peak of their peak. At least I'd be saying that if it wasn't for this next one. Number 6, Lion King. What could I say about this movie? I could talk for days about it, you know, days. Honestly, all I want to do is leave you with this. So, What movies could possibly top Lion King for me? Number 5, Kung Fu Panda. Honestly, I almost wanted to do an ultimate cheat and put all 3 Kung Fu Panda movies at once in one number. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with the first one, which is my ultimate favorite. 3 is probably close second. 2, it's just so minute, like with like where they are. They're just like, This is definitely just one of my favorite movie series of all time. It resonated with me so much. Like when I first saw it in theaters, man, Jack Black is just definitely, I don't know if he was on my top 15 favorite actors, but he probably should have been. If he wasn't, or if he wasn't at least an honorable mention, I'm going to be disappointed in myself. Because Jack Black never stopped being you, never stopped making stuff so funny. Like, there's too much I love from this. Too much. Like Hans Zimmer on the soundtrack. Just like he was on Lion King. I mean, amazing music. And the animation is beautiful. The homages, callbacks to old kung fu movies. Are you kidding? Dustin Hoffman, another one of my favorite actors of all time. I never would have thought they would have been paired up in a movie. But seriously, like this character interaction just between all the different Furious 5 and all that. I just love it all. I eat it all up for breakfast. Number 4, Finding Nemo. Seriously, this movie has one of my favorite soundtracks of all time by Thomas Newman, probably one of my favorite composers of all time, probably my 3rd favorite. How all these characters like Nemo, Marlin, Crush, this is some of the greatest comedic writing ever in a Disney movie. I love how funny a lot of it is, and I love how moving the story is in its own right. Character interaction, that is the core of what I love. The writing is tight, and it's a really basic thing. That's a very basic thing to praise, but I mean, a lot of movies, just sometimes just don't have what I'm looking for in that. And as an aside here, I ended up watching this movie as a kid in theaters and just being so mind blown. Yeah, I said I was mind blown with WALL-E, and that's the truth. But with this movie, this is probably the first movie that I was truly like, hey, this is new. Like, this is how movies should be made. This was one of the first I ever saw, and I was like, whoa, hold on here. But yeah, guys, this movie has such a nostalgic, special place in my heart. And that goes for all these coming up, man. Like, but tenfold. Okay. We've come to the top 3. Jungle Book. Bar none, my favorite classic Disney movie, y'all. And this is something that I grew up watching every hour of every day for a long time. If this could be number 1, I mean, if it weren't for these other ones, I mean, I would, just out of respect, just shove it to number 1. Just go ahead, just consider it number 1. Because, I mean, all these other ones are pretty much number 1. But I've got to order them. I love a lot of the old classic Disney movies. But so far, in my current opinion, this is the best of the best. The 60s aesthetic, especially with Louis Prima as King Louis. Phil Harris playing my favorite Disney character, Baloo. That is just my... I'm not going to make a top 15 Disney character list, but he's number 1, man. I love the new one, directed by Jon Favreau, was a perfect adaptation of this. Bill Murray playing Baloo in the new one. That was just my life coming to a close. Like... Oh my gosh. I'm also very interested in what they're going to do with the new Lion King, by the way. I wanted to use this video to say that. I'm like, yes, on this new Lion King they're going to make. Because, man, yeah. Number 2, Iron Giant. This one, for me, like I said, just shove everything to number 1. Brad Bird Brad Bird showing up again. Recently, when it was on Netflix, I watched it twice in a row. I was like, nope, twice. I can't quite pinpoint why this is so good.
Biggest thing in this town is probably the homecoming queen. Oh my God!
Such a well-rounded story, amazing social commentary, especially for something like this of a kid's caliber. And we got Vin Diesel playing a giant robot, y'all. I love Hogarth. And the interaction with Mansley, played by Christopher McDonald.
I was on this tour for one reason, money. But now I got a new reason, kicking your ass.
Well, I'd like to see you try.
Seriously, one of the best villains in animation. Probably ever. Everything about this movie I love so much. And I'm repeating myself so much throughout this video, but I mean it. Hold on a second. Before I get to my number one, I'm going to give some honorable mentions. Aladdin. Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors ever. That's in my top 15 favorite actors video. He was my favorite actor of all time, and is. His legacy lives on, and that's why I love Aladdin so much, is because of him. He just brightened it up and just made it his own, and just in a whirlwind. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. This is an amazing movie in every right. Treasure Planet. This movie is another amazing early 2000s Disney outing that me and Trav love so much. One last honorable mention, I love How to Train Your Dragon. I love Jay Baruchel, and just that dragon is the cutest thing ever created by DreamWorks. Y'all, seriously. Finally, we've come to our number one. The Incredibles. I already considered this. You probably saw this coming if you see my top 15 movies ever. This is one of my favorite movies ever. I don't even care if it's animated. I don't even care if it's Pixar, Disney, whatever. This is just one of my favorite movies of all. This is the best animated movie, in my humble opinion.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
I did say push, Iron Giant and Jungle Book up to number one, just because I want them to be considered my number one as well. But really, if I had to pick, this is Pixar's best. This is everything I love about filmmaking, everything I love about movies, everything I love about animation, everything I love about characterization, everything I love about character interaction, everything I love about writing, the story. Edna Mode.
You're the best of the best,
Yes, I know, darling.
The music. I think this is Michael Giacchino at his best, and he nails this big band, like 30s and 40s score. This is fantastic, y'all. I'm so excited for what they're going to do for 2.
Honey!
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
So anyway, guys, that's it for my top 15. This is about the closest I could get to being a well-rounded, amazing list to me. A very meaningful list with a lot of meaningful movies that I have just grown up with. This is art. This is fine art. This is amazing filmmaking. It's just filmmaking that can do this. It blows me away. Because maybe I need to learn more about animation in general, but it's like this is mind-blowing for me. Like, this is how you can just sit down and make all this in your computer. Well, hand-drawn too. My top 15 favorite movies of all time probably should have had more animation, but I don't know, they're two different beasts for me. But honestly, I love film. Okay. Definitely have an awesome week, guys, and I'll see you next time. It's like the force of a raging river.